Hello, class. I'm Professor Tom Mandeville of Clinton Community College, and I'm going to be your professor this semester for PSC 240 in the distance learning format or state and local government at Clinton Community College. I want to take this opportunity to go through some introductory material so everybody starts out on the right foot in class when it opens up on Monday, January 25th. So, first of all, let me tell you a little bit about myself. I've been teaching at Clinton Community College since the fall of 1990, and I've been teaching state and local government over the past 25 years. I typically teach it every semester at SUNY Plattsburgh, where I also teach part-time, and I've taught it there for 20 years. This past couple semesters have been the only time in the past 20 years I haven't taught it because of the pandemic and cutbacks at the college, but in the near future, I'm sure I'll be back there also. And for at least the last 15 years, I've been teaching it online every semester at Clinton Community College, and I've taught it in the classroom occasionally. So I have a lot of experience teaching this class. As far as my personal history, I was born and raised in Michigan. I grew up in Port Huron, Michigan, which is about 60 miles north of Detroit. As an undergraduate, I started out at a community college, just like all of you. I went to St. Clair Community College. Then I transferred to Eastern Michigan University, where I received my bachelor's degree in both American history and political science. And then I went on to do my graduate work in both American history and political science at Bowling Green State University in Northwestern Ohio. My family and I, as I mentioned before, moved here in 1990, and I've been teaching at Clinton Community College ever since. Mainly, I teach American history, but this is also one of my favorite courses to teach because state and local government is the real government in America, and it's the government that has an effect on our everyday lives, and it's the government we're most close to. And I'll talk about that a little bit more today and obviously over the course of the semester. So, I've been living in New York long enough that I now consider myself a New Yorker. I've lived in this state longer than any other state in my life, and I consider myself lucky to be a New Yorker. New York is a great state. We're leaders in a lot of things, and especially the North Country is such a wonderful place to live and raise a family. So, my family and I consider ourselves lucky that I got that job 30 years ago at Clinton Community College. So, let's get into the nitty-gritty of the course. Enough about me. This course is obviously in the distance learning format, and it opens up a week earlier than any on-campus classes. It opens on Monday, January 25th. If you do have any on-campus classes, and there aren't a heck of a lot of them because of the pandemic, they open the following Monday on February 1st. So, this and every single course that has DL after it, which means distance learning. For example, this PSC 240-1DL, all start on the 25th. So take note of that. I'm sure the college will be sending out emails telling you about it, but that's the case for distance learning courses. Now, as far as the basic requirements of this course, let me go over those. First of all, you have to have a computer at your home or where you're living with reliable high-speed internet access. if you don't have those two things, it's impossible to participate in the course because you're not going to be able to attempt to rely on the computer labs at Clinton Community College to take this course, which you shouldn't do anyway, because they're not going to be open. You can't go to your local library. I'm sitting in a local library right now because my wife's a librarian and it's closed today. Local libraries do not have their computers open now. I can tell you that. So you're going to have the computer and internet access at your home. Now, the next requirement are 2 textbooks. This is the first main textbook, Governing States and Localities, 7th edition. The information, ISBNs, and so forth are all contained in the course and on the Clinton website in the schedule. So you need to purchase this book. I believe it's available in ebook too, and if you prefer ebooks, you just buy the ebook. If you want the hard copy, this is what it looks like. This is what you're going to have to lay your hands on. So that's the first book that's required. You have to buy it. You can't get away with taking this course without owning this textbook. So if you don't have a computer, high-speed internet access, and the ability to buy this book, switch classes now. Take a class that you can meet the requirements of. Now, the other book that you're going to have to purchase or take out of your local library is this book right here, Boss by Mike Royko. It's all about Mayor Daley of the city of Chicago, who was in power in the 60s and early 70s. This is a great book. It's one of my favorite books. I'll explain to you later on when we get to the assignment itself in the class why we're reading a book that was published back in the early 70s. But you'll figure it out. It's a great book, and this is just one form of it. It comes in many different forms, paperback, hardback. I don't care which one you lay your hands on. Any of them are fine. Most libraries should have a copy of this for you to check out. You go online, you should be able to get a used paperback for a couple bucks. So you got to lay your hands on this book. But that assignment, as you'll notice in the course schedule and so forth, will come later on in the semester. So you got time to get this one. You need to lay your hands on this one right away. Now, the other requirements for this course, you need to get into the habit of reading your Clinton Community College email every day. That's how I'm going to communicate with you throughout the course of the semester. It's how your other professors will be communicating with you. It's how the college will. During this pandemic, most all classes are distance learning or remote. To give you an idea, you're not going to be able to just stop up at my office on the 5th floor in the Moore building and chat with me because I won't be there. I haven't been on the campus of Clinton Community College since March of last year during spring break. And I have no intention of returning there until I've received both of my vaccine shots. And I'm not quite sure when that'll happen. So, most of your other professors are in the same boat, so you gotta read the CCC email account. That's how I'm going to be telling you about updates to the class. That's how I'm going to be communicating your grades to you. I don't use the Moodle grade book, as you'll find out. I will email you grade updates from time to time, and after you complete assignments, I will send those to you graded and evaluated as an attachment to an email. So you got to read that email. The other thing you need to do to participate in this class is you need to download your free copy of Microsoft Office 365. As students at Clinton Community College, you get that package for free. In it, obviously, is the whole Office suite. The main one you'll be using in this course is Microsoft Word. All your assignments have to be completed in Microsoft Word. I'm not accepting anything else. I've provided links in the class itself to go to and download that. There's links on the Clinton Community College website. If you haven't already downloaded, you have to do it right away. Also, that's our email system, which is Outlook, is contained in Office 365. So, those are the basic requirements of this course. Now, on some other things that you'll be completing during this course, besides the midterm final and the boss assignment, which comes later in the semester, you're going to have to write reports on 2 local government meetings. Now, the easiest ones and the safest ones to be able to do this on in this semester will be the Clinton County Legislature and the City of Plattsburgh Common Council. Both of those meetings are going to be on Zoom, so you can do it from the comfort of your home, the safety of your home, not exposing yourself, because if you've been following it, COVID-19 is running rampant in the city of Plattsburgh right now. Excuse me. So, the less contact you have with people, the better at this point until you're vaccinated. Now, so within the course itself, I provide the information on when these meetings take place, links to the Zoom or to the website where you'll access them at. So you're going to attend 2. So obviously, I prefer that you watch 1 Clinton County Legislature meeting and 1 City Council meeting. Who you'll see in that meeting, friend of mine and former student, brand new Mayor Chris Rosenquist, who took state and local government from me in the past, leading those meetings, which will make them exciting. I'm going to watch them because I want to see Chris in action. He's a good buddy of mine. So, those are the 2 meetings. If you really want to go to a live meeting, from the last contact I had with the town of Plattsburgh, they're still going to have live open meetings. Now, that could change at any minute as far as, the dangers of the pandemic. But the last time I talked to Michael Cashman, he told me they were still going to go live. So if you really want to go to a live local meeting, the town of Plattsburgh is going to be your choice, and I'll provide information on the times when they meet also. But if you are planning on going to a live meeting, I'd call in advance to make sure they haven't changed their mind and gone to Zoom like everybody else. So, you have to do those 2 meetings sometime between now and the end of the semester in May 14th. So you got a lot of time to do them, but sooner the better. Now, the other big major part of this class, besides the chapter quizzes for this book, which there are instructions within the class on how you're going to complete those, are the discussions. Every single section or module, as it's known, has a discussion on the topics that we're covering in the textbook, in the mini lectures and video lectures that I've embedded within the course that I've recorded over the past year. When we had to go to remote last spring, I went out and purchased the iPad that I'm speaking to you from right now, and I've recorded a lot of lectures that I typically would have delivered in the classroom to try to make these distance learning courses as close to the classroom experience as possible during this pandemic. So, these discussions are based on that material. Soon as the module opens, you need to get in there and start participating. These are discussions that are going to go on nearly a daily basis. And I expect you to be logging on and posting in the discussions at least 5 times a week. They're ongoing, progressive sort of things. If you've had an online course with me before, you're familiar with them. If not, you will become familiar real quickly. I'll pose questions in the beginning, then I expect you to pose your own, answer the questions of your classmates, respond to the comments of your classmates. It's just like having a classroom discussion, except you don't have to be there for class. You can do this at any time. It's not, live. It's asynchronous, as it's known. That's a major portion of your grade, and it's something that you really have to devote a lot of time to, at least on a daily basis. So, that's how the class is going to work. I'll be seeing you in the near future in video lectures I've recorded. When assignments come up, like the midterm, the boss, the final, I'll record directions for you to make sure that everybody knows exactly what I expect. So I look forward to working with you this semester. Everybody be safe, wear your masks, and stay home if you can until you're vaccinated so we can get through this pandemic the best that we possibly can. So, everybody take care. Talk to you soon. Bye now.